Hello everyone, I am Sammy, your devoted manga otaku, and welcome to My Manga Hoard. If you missed part 1 of this hauling experience, I'll leave a link on the screen and in the description, but if you're sticking around with me today, I am hauling over 40 volumes of manga, and I'm just going to get into it because we have 19 series to cover. So with that, I invite you to grab a coffee or other beverage of your choice, and let's embark on this manga-filled journey together. So most of the books that we're hauling today are unboxed. I did haul some of these books when I was visiting my best friend Jordaline. So I'll leave a link to her video because she had sort of a vlog and we unboxed some Right Stuff manga together. And if you want to check that out, I will have her video in the description. But I wanted to show off these books on my channel, and then I also have some Indigo packages. But we are going to start with volumes 1 through 5 of Even Though We Are Adults, story and art by Takako Shimura, published by 7 Seas Entertainment, and it is rated 13+. So this is a girls' love series that follows Ayano, a woman in her 30s who works as an elementary school teacher, and one night she unexpectedly crosses paths with a woman named Shuri at a bar. Their conversation ignites a spark between them, which leads to an unexpected kiss by the end of the night. However, complications arise when Shuri learns that Ayano is married. Awkward. I feel like this is the type of manga where your enjoyment of this series will heavily depend on your preferences. From what I can tell, this series has garnered quite a few positive reviews, but there are negative reviews as well, which I think is kind of expected when it comes to manga that deal with themes of infidelity. The subject can be sensitive and uncomfortable for people, which is totally understandable. I'm not usually sensitive to these types of stories. On the contrary, I like a messy, dramatic soap every once in a while. So I'm curious to see what I think of this. If you've read this series before, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm very curious as to what you think. Okay, I think the next thing I'm hauling is Volume 6 of Imakoi Now I'm in Love. This is by Ayuko Hatta. This is published by Viz Media and it is rated teen. This manga is a warm-hearted romantic comedy about a high schooler named Satomi who finds herself being harassed on the train. Another student named Yagyu, he intervenes and helps her, which leaves a lasting impression on Satomi. Later, she gathers the courage to confess her feelings to Yagyu, and to her surprise, he accepts and they start dating. I've only read the first volume of this series, so I can't comment on this series as a whole, but I remember this being really lighthearted and seemingly free of the typical toxic elements found in shoujo manga. The characters are straightforward, and I loved how quickly the MCs got together, which is a pleasant change from the usual slow burn stories that I'm used to. Volumes 3 and 5 are packed away in a Right Stuff box, so I'll have to wait to read this series until those are hauled, but it's not like I don't have a bazillion things to read, so I'm not necessarily disappointed. I just know that I have a really fluffy and adorable romance waiting for me, which is nice. It's nice to have at least one of each genre of manga unread on your shelves so that when you're in the mood, you can just pick it up. I mean, ideally, you would read everything on your bookshelves, but who has the time to read the books they collect? Okay, we are going to haul volume 5 of the case files of Jeweler Richard. The art is by Mika Akatsuki, the story is by Nanako Tsujimura, and the character design is by Yutako Yukihiro. This is published by 7 Seas, and it is rated 13+. This series takes place in Japan, and it follows a skilled jeweler named Richard who befriends and later hires a university student named Segi to be his assistant. Together, they uncover the mysteries behind various pieces of jewelry and their owners. I've read the first 2 volumes of this series, and I read them earlier this year. I just haven't discussed them yet on my channel, but I do plan on sharing my full thoughts in my next wrap up. In a nutshell though, I really enjoyed this. The characters were well written. I appreciated how the mysteries were more interpersonal, and learning about the various gemstones and how each mystery related to a different stone was fascinating. If you're into heartwarming and informative slice of life manga, this series is probably right up your alley. I have 2 ginormous thick indigo boxes, and I know it's in here, and I'm very excited to see it and show it off to you guys. So the first manga in box number 1 is Emma volume 4. Oh, this is just stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. There's even art on the inside of the dust jacket. The quality is there, and I love it. So we've got volume 4, and we've got volume 5. Emma is by the mangaka Kaoru Mori. It is published by Yen Press. I'm not entirely sure what it's rated, but I will put it on the screen for you guys. I never in a million years thought I would ever get the chance to collect this series, so I need to give a huge thank you to Yen Press for reprinting Emma. A lot of manga publishers need to take notes, or should be taking notes. There are so many manga that need to be reprinted. So many older beloved manga that deserve a reprint, and there's so much money to be made. So I'm not sure why. I mean, there's probably, you know, issues with licensing and stuff, but I think more of an effort needs to be made to reprint some of these older titles. But that's just my opinion. So Emma is a manga that is set in Victorian era England, where societal norms and class distinctions reign supreme. The narrative revolves around a gentle and dedicated maid named Emma, who I believe falls in love with the son of a aristocrat or wealthy merchant. Due to their, is it disparate social backgrounds, the couple must navigate the intricacies of Victorian high society and explore the clash between tradition and personal desires. I'm so excited for this series, mainly because it's written and illustrated by one of my favorite mangaka, Kaoru Mori. Mori sensei is celebrated for her intricate and detailed artwork, as well as her ability to create compelling, character-driven stories that often explore themes of culture, tradition, love, and relationships. Her ongoing series, A Bride's Story, is proof of this, and that's why it's hailed as one of my favorite manga. If you haven't heard of A Bride's Story, I highly recommend you watch my review on this series. I'll leave a link on the screen and in the description. As a fan of Mori sensei's work, I'm absolutely thrilled that I've completed this series, and I'm really looking forward to the stunning visuals, the authentic world building, and complex characters and storytelling that this series undoubtedly has to offer. Okay, and then next I'm hauling March Comes In Like a Lion. This is by, I think it's Chica Umino. This is published by Denpa and it is rated 13 plus. And there's some like residue on my volume. It's so annoying when you get like sticky stuff on your books. Anyways, I heard a bunch of people talk about this when the English translation of the series was announced, but I had never heard of it prior to that. Basically, this manga is a slice of life narrative and it centers around a shogi prodigy named Rei. So for those that don't know, shogi is a traditional Japanese game, often referred to as Japanese chess. So as Rei navigates the competitive world of shogi, he ends up grappling with his personal demons and eventually meets people who gradually become his sources of support and strength. I've heard that this series explores relatable themes like loneliness, self-discovery, and the importance of friendship and human connection. It seems to appeal to a broad audience, and from what I can tell, has left an impression on quite a few people. I plan to wait until I have more volumes before diving in, but I'm curious to see if I'm going to connect with this series as much as others have. I love that the first page is like a poster. How adorable is that? And then on the back, so cute. All right, next up, we have volumes 1 through 4 of In the Clear, Moonlit, Dusk. This is by Mika Yamamori. This is published by Kodansha and it's rated 13 plus. I always intended on buying this series because I really enjoyed reading Daytime Shooting Star, which is also by Yamamori sensei. The story revolves around a high school student named Yoi Takiguchi, and she's nicknamed the Prince in her school due to her boyish appearance. She ends up embracing this persona and charms her female classmates because she has resigned herself to this image. However, her life takes a significant turn when she meets Ichimura Kohaku, the male school prince, who openly acknowledges Yoi's beauty, allowing her to experience genuine recognition for her true self. I'm really fond of this manga's premise. It sounds super refreshing and unique, and I adore Yamamori sensei's artistic style. I hope that I'm able to read this series soon and see why it's become a shoujo favorite among so many manga readers. I just feel like I'm hearing so many good things about this series all the time. Also, the 5th one came out very recently, so I'm probably gonna pick it up, even though I should probably read these before I pick it up. But I might as well just pick it up, you know? But don't be like me, honestly. And then we have volume 1 of Imaginary. This is by Niiro Ikuka. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. If I am, it's because Google lied to me. It is published by Seven Seas Entertainment and it is rated older teen or 15 plus. So Imaginary is a josei manga. It's been on my wish list since it was announced, mostly because of the cover. I really like the mangaka's art style and I love the blocks of color. It just makes my brain really happy. Like, the art is beautiful. I have to cover up because of nudity. As for the story, it follows a pair of childhood friends who move away from each other, but later on they reconnect as adults. And as they navigate adulthood, readers are introduced to their family and friends and their vivid imaginations. This manga has reviews all over the spectrum, so it's hard for me to gauge my expectations. I heard that it's a creative manga. You see what the characters are imagining and their visions sort of intertwine with real life, which is kind of a cool concept. However, I saw a good chunk of people complain that it's boring. I'm not sure how a book that literally depicts people's imaginations is boring. I'm wondering what that's about. If you've read this manga, I'd love to know what you think of it. And I don't know if this is a bad omen, but the next volume comes out in January, and this manga came out October of last year, which is quite a huge gap between the releases of volumes. So I don't know if it's because this manga didn't gain as much popularity as the publishers thought or what, but I'm gonna go into it with a positive mind, I think. I think I'm going to open up another manga, but which one? This is our lucky winner, and we have volume 6 of A Sign of Affection. This is by Morishita. Oh, these covers are so pretty. This is rated 16 plus, and it is published by Kodansha. I've talked about this series many times on my channel, but just in case you aren't aware, A Sign of Affection follows a girl named Yuki who has been deaf since birth and uses sign language and her phone to communicate. While she's on a train, she's approached by a tourist who speaks English, which causes her some initial panic. Luckily, a multilingual stranger comes to her rescue, and a friendship sparks between them. And then that friendship evolves into a more profound romantic connection. I really appreciate how this series provides representation for individuals with hearing impairments, highlighting their possible experiences and challenges while emphasizing the importance of sign language in bridging gaps between people with different abilities. The characters in this series are relatable, the art is so pretty, and the romance is incredibly sweet. I do crave a little more progression in Yuki and Itsuomi's relationship, but I'm really hoping that this volume will provide some of that. Fingers crossed. So far, the series has been a heartfelt and captivating romance, and I honestly can't wait to continue reading it. It's mostly why I added it to this haul, because I really want to know what happens next. And then we're gonna haul another really pretty manga. We have 2 volumes here, volumes 9 and 10 of Witch Hat Atelier. This is by Kamome Shirahama. This is published by Kodansha, and it is rated 10 plus. The art on these, if I could draw like this, I'd settle for like 10% of this drawing ability. Like, it is so freaking pretty. So Witch Hat Atelier is a coming-of-age story, and it follows a young girl named Coco who lives in a world where magic is both mysterious and forbidden to the public. After a magical mishap leaves her cursed, Coco seeks to become a witch. However, she discovers that learning magic has strict rules, and breaking them can bring serious consequences. I haven't started this series yet, but I feel like Witch Hat Atelier is one of those series that's universally liked in the manga community. I only hear good things about it. I've heard that the magic system and world building is well crafted, and the narrative is a captivating journey of self-discovery and growth. Plus, like I said before, the artwork is super detailed and beautiful. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to this series, but it is definitely on my radar. Now I'm gonna haul something that I have actually read and am caught up on, which is very rare. It doesn't happen very often, but we are hauling volumes 4 through 8 of Sasaki and Miyano. This is by Shou Harusono. This is rated teen, and it is published by Yen Press. So Sasaki and Miyano is a boys' love manga that revolves around the relationship between 2 high school boys. The series offers a very heartwarming and often hilarious exploration of the characters' experiences as they navigate their feelings and friendships in high school. Now, I have dived into the whole Sasaki and Miyano franchise. I watched the anime with Jordaline, and I have read up to volume 8. And let me just say that this series is so amazing. Sasaki and Miyano takes a refreshing approach to BL by exploring the genre with humor, sensitivity, and a focus on character relationships rather than explicit content. The character growth is phenomenal, and I especially appreciate how it subverts traditional BL tropes and offers a realistic portrayal of relationships while challenging stereotypes in the process. I'll be discussing this series in more detail in my upcoming manga wrap-up, but if you enjoy funny manga and charming characters and healthy relationships, I think that you would really, really like this. Or watch a couple episodes of the anime on Crunchyroll and see if you like it. As somebody who has watched the anime and read the manga though, I do feel like the manga is better. But is that surprising? I mean, I guess it's usually better, but not to say it's not worth watching though. The anime was very cute. And then we have volume 1 of the Yakuza's Bias. This is by Teki Yatsuda. It's published by Kodansha and it's rated older teen or 16+. Now lately I've been trying to lay off buying new series since I have so many to read, but after my bestie sent me the cover of this manga and she explained the premise to me, I was 110% sold. I needed it. The manga centers around a respected Yakuza member named Ken, who, without warning, becomes smitten by a K-pop idol after his boss's daughter drags him to a K-pop concert. And that's it. That's the premise. And it's perfection. It definitely gives me Way of the House Husband vibes. It seems like this is also going to be featuring an intimidating Yakuza character, and just like in Way of the House Husband, I'm assuming they're going to be redirecting their dedication and intense loyalty towards silly or unconventional pursuits. I just really like the thought of a Yakuza member standing an idol and obsessing over K-pop culture. It sounds so funny and cute, and I look forward to all of the enjoyable nonsense that this probably is offering. And then we are hauling volume 3 of My Happy Marriage. This is published by Square Enix and it is rated teen. My Happy Marriage is a historical romance about a woman named Mori, and she's a girl who is cast aside and abused by her family because she failed to inherit the superhuman abilities that flow through her bloodline. Perceived as useless, Mio's family sends her to the prestigious Kudo house as a potential bride for their heir. To me, it sounds like the premise is hinting at incorporating two of my favorite tropes: forced proximity and enemies to lovers. I'm a fan of the tension and conflict these elements can bring to a story, but what truly excites me is the prospect of romance and the gradual buildup of romantic tension. It is just so good in these types of stories. Honestly, this manga sounds like something I'm going to love, and passing up the chance to collect and read it would be a missed opportunity, I think. I haven't hauled the first 2 volumes yet, my bad, but they are somewhere, so I'll just stick this on the shelf, and once I have those hauled, they can all live together. It's gonna be a little annoying just because I don't like just having volumes of manga out of order. I know that it has to happen sometimes, but it doesn't feel good. And then I think I'm gonna haul some meaty volumes. These are thick. I am hauling volumes 2, 3, and 4 of Monster. This is by Naoki Urasawa. This is published by Viz Media, and I believe this is rated older teen. So Monster is a highly acclaimed seinen story that centers around Dr. Kenzo Tenma, an accomplished neurosurgeon working in Germany who grapples with an ethical dilemma when choosing to save the life of a young boy over that of a prominent politician. This fateful decision sets in motion a series of chilling events as the young boy matures into a psychopathic killer. So Dr. Tenma finds himself ensnared in a complex web of intrigue and crime, all stemming from this former patient, the monster he inadvertently helped create. Now, I'll be honest, this premise isn't something I immediately gravitate to, but I'm a fan of psychological thrillers and character-driven storytelling, so I'm thinking this is a good fit for me. I plan to wait until I have the entire collection before reading it because I've heard it's a real page turner and I do not want to be left hanging without the next volume. Each volume of this series costs roughly $27 Canadian, which is pretty expensive, and there are 9 volumes in all. So I think I'm going to continue buying volumes when they go on sale, or maybe I'll add a volume here and there to my Right Stuff orders just to kind of keep the cost down. It could take me a little while to collect the rest of this, but I think it's going to be worth it. This manga is award-winning. It's considered, actually it's not considered, I believe this is the best-selling manga ever, like in the world. So that's telling me something. And then we have something truly exciting. Truly exciting. Very exciting. Like, it's impressive how excited I am to haul these. Without further ado, I give you volumes 8, 10, and 12 of Nana. And with these 3 volumes, I have completed the series. Well, the series itself isn't complete, but I have all the volumes that are released, which is a goal of mine and a goal that I highlighted at the beginning of my channel. It's a very exciting day for me. Now, I was waiting 2 years on reprints, and I'm just so thankful that Viz decided to reprint this. Now I'm realizing I didn't say who it was by. Nana is by Ai Yazawa, and I believe this is rated like older teen. Mature, it's rated 18+. Because this is an older manga, some people might be unfamiliar with the story, but Nana is a classic shoujo series that delves into the lives of 2 women, both named Nana, whose paths unexpectedly intersect on a train bound for Tokyo. So despite their contrasting personalities and backgrounds, these girls forge a deep and enduring friendship as they navigate the challenges of adulting. Now, my only experience with this series is when I read some online scans of the manga back when I was in middle school, so a long time ago. And although the details are fuzzy, I remember being captivated by the characters and the emotionally charged storytelling. Nana was just so different from anything I had encountered up to that point because it delved into the struggles and triumphs of young adults and focused on mature themes and mature emotions. I never managed to finish the series, so I'm really looking forward to revisiting Nana and discovering how it resonates with me now that I'm an adult. Too bad the ending will probably never see the light of day, but I knew that going into this. And then I am going to haul volumes 1 through 3 of Love Me for Who I Am. This is by Kata Konayama. This is published by 7 Seas and it is rated teen. And I've already hauled volumes 4 and 5. I have the whole series now, which is awesome. Now that I think about it, I'm actually completing quite a few series in this haul. And now I just have to find a place for them all. Yay! So, from my understanding, this manga is a warm and transformative manga that centers around the lives of individuals working at a unique and untraditional maid cafe. The story primarily follows a character named Magomu who identifies as non-binary and struggles to find acceptance and understanding for their gender identity. As Magomu begins working at the cafe and interacts with the diverse patrons and staff, a thoughtful journey of self-discovery and acceptance ensues, which provides an intimate look into their experiences and the challenges that they face. This series was originally recommended to me by Bizarre Individual, and I'm glad I followed their advice and bought it because this sounds and looks fantastic. Like, the characters look so stinking cute. Now, some of the reviews suggest that the narrative aims to increase awareness and foster acceptance of gender diversity. Also, people seem to appreciate Konayama-sensei's respectful depiction of LGBTQ+ characters and the representation of underrepresented voices. I'm eager to read it and form my own opinions, but my initial impression is that it'll be an educational and emotionally fulfilling reading experience. Okay, so the last unboxed manga that I have that I'm hauling today is Orange to You, Dear One. Now, this is by Ichigo Takano. This is published by Seven Seas Entertainment, and it is rated 13+. Now, Orange to You, Dear One is the 7th and final volume in the Orange series. I feel like the format for this series was a bit odd. The first 5 volumes were compiled into 2 omnibuses, and following those releases was volume 6, which is called Orange Future, which offers an alternative perspective on the story. While I haven't read the 6th volume yet, I really enjoyed volumes 1 through 5, and those volumes follow a high school girl named Naho Takamiya, or Maya. And Naho is a high school girl who ends up receiving letters from her future self containing advice about upcoming events, particularly involving a transfer student. Eventually, her friends reveal that they've also received similar letters from their future selves, and this kind of leads to their gradual acceptance of these letters as being authentic and their responsibility to change the future. Volume 7 is meant to follow the events of Volume 5. The reviews and ratings seem mixed. Some people love the ending, while others found it repetitive and unnecessary. I'm not sure what to think, but I plan on reading volumes 1 through 6 before I dive into this so that I can fully experience the story. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to read a little bit more about the characters from the first 5 volumes. I read those volumes before I started my channel, and I bawled. I cried so much. It is very emotional. Now, these next books are not manga. We have these big boys here, and they are heavy. You know, it shouldn't be this hard. So, we have volume 3 of Lore Olympus, and this is the hardcover edition. And oh my god, it is stunning. Can you guess what's in this one? Oh, that was easier. We have volume 4. I love the colors on this. God, they're so pretty. How could you pass by these in the store and not buy them? They're just so beautiful. So Lore Olympus is by Rachel Smythe, and it's published by Del Rey. It's rated, I don't think it's rated mature, but I believe it's rated like older teen. But yeah, Lore Olympus is a modern retelling of Greek mythology, specifically focusing on the stories and interactions of the gods and goddesses of Olympus. The story primarily revolves around the complex relationship between Hades, the god of the underworld, and Persephone, the goddess of spring. Their interactions and romantic involvement form the central plot line, but the comic also delves into the lives and struggles of other mythological characters, including Zeus, Apollo, Hera, and Artemis. Unfortunately, I've only read about a quarter of the first book because life had other plans for me and I just had to put it down, but I'm extremely eager to get back into it. The combination of a fresh take on mythology, the compelling characters, engaging storytelling, and stunning artwork is very prevalent, even in the little amount that I read. So I'm really hoping I can return to this soon. When I was reading the first book, I was like squealing like a little girl at some parts. Like Hades is so cute. So cute. And as a big lover of Greek mythology, I know I'm going to love this. I think we only have 2 manga left. There was something else that I wanted to haul, but I didn't grab it. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night, and yeah, I just don't want to go digging in the hoard at the moment. So I'm just gonna haul it next time. So next up, I am hauling something that I have been wanting to get for a long time, and it is probably one of the most beautiful manga that I have ever hauled, and that is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind by Hayao Miyazaki. And this is the deluxe edition, and it includes all 7 manga. The first omnibus includes volumes 1 through 5, and the second omnibus includes volumes 5 through 7. And we're gonna open this right now. Oh, by the way, this is rated teen, and it is published by Viz. Oh, it's like a little poster. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh, the nostalgia I am feeling right now. Also, let's experience opening one of these together. I'm blown away. Oh my gosh, a map? A freaking map. It's a map. Oh, just like the beginning of the film, this is gonna be an amazing read. I can feel it. Like a glove. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind is I'm gonna put this down because it's heavy, but it's a cinematic and timeless tale that is set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity struggles for survival amidst the toxic and deadly jungles. The story follows Nausicaa, a brave and compassionate princess who uncovers an ancient and powerful secret after a massive warship crashes into her peaceful valley. With the fate of the world in danger, Nausicaa embarks on a perilous journey to unravel the mysteries of the toxic jungle and confront the warring factions of her land. Throughout the journey, Nausicaa emerges as a sort of symbol of hope, advocating for harmony between humanity and the natural world. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind isn't just visually stunning. The story, I found, played a pivotal role in shaping the world of manga and anime. It inspired Miyazaki's acclaimed animated film of the same name, which happens to be my second favorite Ghibli film. It's at least in the top 3. But yeah, this manga laid the foundation for Studio Ghibli's legacy, introducing Japanese manga and anime to global audiences. Now I know what you might be thinking. I watched the film, why should I buy the manga? And my answer is that this manga extends well beyond the events of the film. It dives into additional plot lines and themes, and it provides a more enriching and detailed experience than the film. I mean, I'll take all that I can get. Basically, if you're a fan of epic fantasy that explores complex environmental, moral, and philosophical themes. You should consider investing in this series. It was also very expensive. I waited for it to go on sale and I still ended up paying $80 Canadian for it, so. Also, I am realizing my box set is damaged. Excuse me while I go cry. There's like a huge, I don't know if you can even see it. There's like, it's like somebody stepped on the box and there's like a bend in it. And there's even a bend or crease in the front of the box too. Oh my gosh, that is so annoying. Oh well, at least it's not very noticeable. Today is Hug Your Manga Day. And I think we just have one more manga to unbox. Now I have not laid eyes on this one, so I'm excited to open it up and see. We have Shuna's Journey by Hayao Miyazaki. This is published by First Second, I think. I've never heard of that publishing company before. I'm not sure what this is rated. I will put it on the screen. This was also a very pricey book. This was like $40 and it's quite thin. It's thinner than I thought it would be, but it does look very nice. And you can definitely tell that Miyazaki took elements of this for Princess Mononoke, which is very cool. I am such an idiot. Oh my god. This whole thing is colored. The whole thing. So dumb. But yeah, the illustrations are so beautiful. And they do remind me so much of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Princess Mononoke. So this is actually a standalone work of Hayao Miyazaki's, and I haven't heard of it until recently. But once I heard that it was illustrated and written by Hayao Miyazaki, like, I needed it. I had to have it. The narrative, though, follows a young prince who embarks on a journey to save his people from a devastating famine. And he has to overcome many challenges, including encounters with various creatures and natural obstacles as he strives to help his people. Now, it sounds like Shuna's Journey showcases Miyazaki-sensei's signature style of storytelling, characterized by his deep appreciation for nature and his ability to create imaginative and thought-provoking worlds. While this manga isn't as well known as some of Miyazaki-sensei's other works, I am really excited to have an opportunity to explore one of his other stories. And yeah, with that, I'm pretty sure we are done. I think I have 2 or 3 more of these planned before I get through all the boxes. I might end up doing a really, really big haul. I guess I could ask you guys, would you want to see a bigger haul from me? I know that sometimes people would rather see shorter hauls, so I am kind of hesitant to make a big haul video, but if you guys are interested in it, then I might consider doing a bigger haul next time. I'm pretty sure the next video I'm going to release is going to be my manga wrap-up. I have been kind of working on that in the background, and I really want to talk to you guys about the manga that I've been reading. I do really, though, want to make an effort to get my manga unboxed, because this is a problem. And it's not a problem most people have. Most people are okay with unboxing their books, but not this guy. Make sure to check that notification bell so that you can see what I haul from the hoard next. And if you're interested in watching more videos from me, you can check out my end card where I'll have links to my most recent videos. I hope that you all have a manga-nificent day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!